Hey, let's slap some bass. The elusive bass slapping. Everyone wants to do it, and then you go to do it, and you're like, why can't I do this? So I was like that for a long time, and I like watched videos, and I try to figure it out, like, what am I doing wrong? So a few things I've learned. First off, when you're slapping bass, you're playing with your thumb. So we're really used to playing with our fingers as bass players and as lesbians. Let's be real. So you want to take your thumb, and when you hit a string, instead of like going like this or like this, your thumb needs to be parallel with the string that it's on. Okay? So first things first, before you even plug in your bass, you should just sit on your couch with your bass and try to hit each string. Don't worry about other string noise right now. Your thing is just going E, A, D, G, E, and trying to get it to line up. Okay, so if you're having a hard time just even making it make a sound, just hover on E for a bit. Now, when I'm hitting it, I'm using the pad of my thumb on the side here. And that's the striking thing. But the thing is, you do not want to beat the shit out of your instrument. Like, you love it. It's your friend. Don't hurt it. You don't hurt yourself, okay? Slapping bass isn't this like, I'm beating shit up bass. No, it's like this very precise strike. Think of like a snake, like striking, okay? If you nail it right, it really doesn't take that much momentum to make the bass slap. So, first thing you want to do is sit on your couch and do the thing. Then plug it in after a while and see if you got it yet. And that is honestly how I figured it out. I was watching a movie and I was going, and then all of a sudden I looked down and I was like, oh my God, what the fuck, I'm doing it. And then I plugged in and I was like, wow, it's actually working. But it took me like time to try to figure that out. So when you have when you slap the bass, finally, there's a few things that you should do to your bass settings. So, like on this bass here, I've got 3 pickups. Some of you might have 1 pickup, some might have 2, some might have 4. All right, but your knobs control your pickups, and those are your tone knobs. Whatever is your middle thing, so that would be your middle pickup here. But if you have a knob on your bass that you know is your mids, turn up your mids and turn down your treble and your bass. And do the same shit on your amp. Your amp should have, it might have treble and a bass and then a mid. So if you have the mid knob, turn that bitch up, but turn the other 2 way back down. Then you have to strike with less ferocity too, and that will help. The other thing is, turn up your volume. Don't like skimp on the volume on this, because like I said, you don't want to injure yourself. Alright, so once you have that down, this is a nice little slapping bass exercise that you can do to try to get comfortable. So, maybe a little too loud. Alright, so start on E string, because E string's easier. You don't have 2 strings around it that you could probably strike. And when you play this, now, I usually try to play in boxes, like 1 finger per fret. But in this instance, I always use my pinky. I don't know, it's just more comfortable for me. But you can do this if you want. It's basically like you're making a chord shape with your bass. So you're going to, because you're playing the notes so close together, that you want your hand to be on both of them. So you're going to start on the 3rd fret of the E string, which is a G note. You're going to hit that. Then you're so try to do, I just spit. Try to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, when you get to 12, so we just went a whole octave. No, we didn't. Go to 3, sorry. 11. So when you're at 13, because that would be the octave, you're going to go to the A string and do the same thing. It's going to sound a little choppier. Now, one thing that you can do to like deal with all the extra string noise, because you are going to hit the string, like it's gonna be hard to not, but you want to actively mute your string so you don't get the string noise. So what you do is when you're pushing the string down, don't push on the tip of your finger, push like more on the pad. That way you have enough room to just poke that string. Just poke it. All right. So it gets muted. If I hit that, it's pretty quiet right now. And touch that string all the way down. All right. So sorry, I should count you with it. So we can do an exercise together. All right. Go to 13 on A. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep that thumb parallel to the string. Notice how far my hand's coming out. It's not far at all. And I'm resting my wrist. Resting my wrist. Well, not in my wrist, because my wrist isn't here. Like my forearm. My forearm becomes the anchor point. So when I'm playing with my fingers, my thumb's the anchor point. When I'm slapping bass, my forearm's the anchor point. So your arm's not like spazzing out, flying around the top of the bass. A lot of people want to come out here and hit it really hard. Don't do that. Little motions. Once you get that nice and precise, if you want to hit it harder for more punch or more dynamics or whatever when you're playing, you can. That gives you like some wiggle room there. All right, so once you've done that, cool. You can do all the other strings the same deal. Do it with the metronome 4 times with each strike and move up half a step. Keep doing it all the way up and then back down again. Now, exercise 2, octave pops. So these sound cool as shit. And they make, like, once you get them, they're in so many songs. Like, and people will be like, damn, you're a really good bass player. And you're like, thanks. That's it. Oh, God. Wow. So you hear that in, like, disco music a lot. So the thing that we're doing here is we're playing the main root note, same deal we just did with the first exercise. But we're going to take our pinky and we're going to skip a string and we're going to go up a whole step, aka 2 frets up, okay? So this is the shape that you're looking at. If you have the reach and the strength and this feels better, then you can do this as well, all right? So you want to hold these down at the same time. Then you take your thumb and you strike with the root note. And then you it's called an octave pop with your pointer finger. And you can mess around and see where it feels good, the best to hit it on your bass. Probably the place where there's not any pickups. All right, so that's how you do it. And then the exercises. Idea, and then back down again. Now, it's only going to work on the E and the A string because there's no extra octave on D and G. All right, so that is how you do octave. Oh, one more thing with the octave pop. So don't make your finger like a hook and hook the string. The string shouldn't be like pulling out. I know whenever I first started playing bass, I was like, ooh, that sounds cool. And it doesn't. It's like really hard to control your tone, and then it's a bad habit to start. So when you pluck or you pop, you're using like this much of your finger. Like that's it. It's like at this point you should have a callus. If not, you're gonna get one because you do dig in, but it shouldn't be enough that your finger gets caught. All right, so keep that in mind. 7, 5, 4, 4, 5, 7. All right, get to popping, get to octaving, get to slapping. I'll see you next time. Hope this is helpful. Let me know your progress in the discussion board.